Graham, obviously it's Cup weekend. Just going to quickly start on the league.
Yeah.
3 games until the split. I think it's 1 point between 4th and 9th. It's ridiculous, isn't it? How do you view it as a manager?
The same as everyone else, I think. It's no one can call it. I think it's I don't think anyone would have foresaw the table looking like this at earlier in the season, but it is where it is, and it gives every team in that group an opportunity to finish the season well. And we spoke about it last week, and we spoke about earlier this week that at the start of the season, if we'd have been a point off 4th with a quarter final to play with 3 games to go in the split, we'd have took it. So here we are. So it's about what the future is. It's not about the past, what's happened already. What has happened has got us to this point, and we have opportunities in front of us, but a lot of teams do. And it's after so many games this season, it's quite unusual to have 1 point between so many teams. But we're glad that we're one of those teams.
Yeah, is it difficult to get players to switch focus? You've got such a big game this weekend, but you have such an opportunity in the league. Is it difficult? How do you do it as a manager?
Well, the focus is the same. It's trying to win a game of football. So that's not the... we don't talk about the reasons why we need to try and win a game of football. Winning a game of football in itself is the target. It's what we want to do every day, every game we go into. So the focus doesn't really change. We're playing another Premiership team. So it's along the same lines as any other game we approach. We do our preparation. We try and think about what we need to put into the game to win, and this week has been no different.
It's just another game, but if you do win, it gives the fans the opportunity to get that trip to Hampden. What would it mean to get to Hampden to that semi-final? I'm
always a little bit reticent to build things up like that, because our target, our ambition is not just to get to Hampden, because at the end of the day, 4 teams get to Hampden. The target is to win a trophy. So that's ultimately what it is. But the next stage is Hampden. But we don't want to build things up that if we win on Sunday that we've achieved what we set out to achieve at the start of the competition, because that would be wrong. So I think we just have to focus on what we have to do in the game. I feel that we're doing a lot of things right. There's a couple of things that are going against us at the minute, which we can control. We have to take control of that. But if we do that, the other things that we're doing well in the game will see us winning games. And I've looked at all the stats between our wins earlier in the season to our last 8 games, and they're virtually identical. And actually, some of the indicators are actually better, but it's the scoreline. So that's what we have to change. But there's a lot of good things that the players are doing. They're the players that have put us in a great position all season, and I have full trust in them that they'll go and finish the job.
Is it easy to keep morale high after a run like this when you are still so tight in the league, and when you have the potential of a big trip to Hampden? Well,
yeah, because when we're flying and we're winning games and we're at the top end of the table, we're not getting overboard about it, and we're not talking about the past games when we've win 3 on the bounce, 4 on the bounce. We don't talk about those 4 games on the bounce. We're talking about the next one. So we're quite good at putting the past in the past and focusing on what's in front of us. So that doesn't change now. I think we've got good characters and personalities in the squad. They want to win. That's the one thing I would say from the last this period, that we've shown great spirit and fight to come back in a lot of those games to either take a point or win through in the cups. We've been behind in all those games, and we've had the spirit and togetherness to do that. And a team that doesn't care doesn't do that. So that's the reality. We've got a team and a squad that cares. We're going through a patch where things conspire against us, but we can change that. And that's what we have to focus on. So we don't. Our moods certainly after maybe an hour after the game. Let's be honest, we're all emotional after a game. But once we get back to work, our mood is generally pretty consistent. whether we're winning or losing, because we have to put the work in place on the training pitch. And so we sort of almost plan ahead for when, that's why we don't get ahead of ourselves when we're winning, because we know there'll be difficult moments in the season, and you have to face those with the same mentality that you have when you're winning.
I know the first goal is a bit of a cliche, but much of it was with that defence, and given the few times you've sort of gone behind first in recent games in this run.
Well, it's every game. To be honest, it's not a few games. Every time we've conceded first, and it is a big point, but it doesn't define the end result. So, if it does happen again on Sunday, then we have to show what we have done already. Certainly in the cups, we've won both cup games from coming from behind. But our record when we score first is very good in the league. You see games now, they're very, very tight all over the division, not just our games, but all over. I think, teams are trying to, if they get the lead, they try to shut up shop, and it becomes difficult to score more. Their ambition maybe comes down from scoring more. It becomes more difficult for the opposition to get a goal, and that's why these games are very tight and on fine margins. So, that's what every team wants to try and do, is score the first goal. But it isn't result defining. But I think that certainly looking at the last game in the league against Dundee, conceding so early in such fashion, didn't get us started off in a great way in a game that we obviously wanted to put right from the previous result. But what I would say is my players responded exceptionally well straight away, took the game on and got a deserved equaliser, and we did have other opportunities to go and win the game. It's just those fine margins, which I know I sound like a broken record, but it is the case. I analyse everything that we do in games and in training, and honestly, it's sometimes in this run, it's been really hard to be angry about how we've not won the game, because we've done a lot of good things in that game, but that's what we have to put right on Sunday.
Has it been trying to get a settled starting 11 regular on the path as well for one reason or another? Because I think the starting 11, whether it's 1, 2 or 3 changes, it's changed week to week.
Yeah, well, look, we had a real difficult period after the break, when we went into a game every 3 days from not doing that all season, and we tried to keep a consistent team, but we picked up injuries, and there was a couple of players couldn't quite manage to get to the full energy levels in those games. The last 2 games we only made 2 changes in between the games, because we had a tough week with Rangers away and then 2 league games, so 3 games in 7 days. At the end of the day, we want to pick a consistent team, but we do have a good squad, and it's down to the players to actually stake their claim for the place. I don't think that'll ever change in football. We're quite consistent with how we play. The players know that's the case. But we look at, we've done a lot of sort of analysing over our whole season. We got 10 players in our squad that have been playing that didn't do a pre-season with us. 10, which is, I think it was only 1 defender done the whole of pre-season that we've got in the squad right now. So these things come to a head at some point in the season. I think they did in January, but now we've overcome that very hectic fixture schedule, and I see the energy levels in the players getting back to what they were, and that's what gives me confidence going into the forthcoming games, because we've got that energy which we need game in, game out, which we showed right up to Christmas, how energetic we were, how positive we were, but it took a hit, but I think we're over that now.
You're able to put your finger on why? I think maybe the last 5 games the team started slowly, and you might only get going if they go behind, or if you get to half time and you make a couple of changes. Is that maybe just the confidence that they're maybe waiting for something to happen? Or, is there a mindset you can get for Sunday where they go out and kind of?
Yeah, I personally don't. I don't think we've started slowly. What we've done is concede in the first half, which has put a narrative on that first part, because we've seen in games that we've had that generally, apart from last week because it was so early, but we've had better chances before the opposition have scored a goal, or we've had as good chances. We haven't took them, they have, and then looks like it's been a slow start, but when I look at the games, and I have to look at the games in an analytical sense, we haven't done that. But goals do change people's perceptions. They change players' perceptions as well, and sometimes mine, because you get, we're here to get results. But when I've watched the game back, we've had good starts, good opportunities, not took them, conceded a goal, sometimes a poor goal, and that deflates people for a little spell. I didn't think it did last week, to be fair. I thought the players responded in a great way. So, but that goal is important, I feel, for everybody, for all teams. And but we've shown, as we've shown at Ibrox and last week, that we can come back from going a goal behind. But it's a lot easier going a goal in front. I can guarantee that. But I personally don't think we've started too slowly in games. But the first goal has been effective.
Obviously, you've so much to look forward to, in the coming weeks if you can, get back to winning ways.
Yeah.
How do you balance kind of looking forward with maybe looking back at the last couple of games and kind of try to work out maybe where you can do better? Is that something you maybe do at the start of the week and then just kind of focus on the future ahead of it?
Yeah, well, this week we've sort of drawn a line under it and said, right, we've got in the league 3-game period to achieve something, and then obviously cups are always one-off games, so we're not going to win or lose any points from what we've done previous. It's go progress in the cup. It's about what's in front of us, and it generally always is that. We learn from things that we've done in the past, because that's what we have to do. Where we've either made a mistake or not took advantage of our good play. That's only right. But like I say, we don't. When we win a game, we don't. Just watch a highlights reel and say, look how good we are, and ignore the negative stuff. We try to keep a balanced view all the way through the season, so we can keep our composure in periods like this, come for it, and achieve what we want to achieve at the end of the season, which I was trying to tell all you guys when we were fourth and flying, and you kept talking about the league table. I was saying, well, it's where we are at the end, and it's still about where we are at the end, and then we can actually define what sort of season we've had. But still, the potential to have a very good season is right there in front of us, and we have the players, we have the ambition and the drive from the players, and so it's down to us to take advantage of that.
Just finally, Graham, what are you expecting from Hibernian? And is it a chance to get back what happened last season? You remember that game? Got back into it, same stage, went to penalties, unfortunately went out. Is it a chance to get one over Hibs?
No, not really. No, it's a chance to get through to a semi-final. That's how I see it. Regardless who we're playing. In this division, I know it's a cup game, but in this division, you play each other so many times. You know what I mean? It's going to be tit for tat all the way through. So you can't really look at that. You want to win the games for your own benefit. It's not about putting any previous games to bed. No, that's when was that? A year ago? Flipping hell.
Played 4 times.
Yeah, that's the one. So no, it's that's the furthest thing. It's different squads, different players and everything, and different manager from their perspective as well. So no, it's about us trying to get through to the next round of the cup, and that only. And that's what we'll be talking about with the players.
Is there any changes to the squad in the
No, Mark Harris picked up a little injury, just a niggle, so he's missing training today, but hopefully he'll train on Saturday. But apart from that, everyone else is available, and so they're all training, and must admit the spirit has been good. Their camaraderie has been good. Their work ethic, as it always is, has been fantastic. And we need all that coming the game on Sunday.
Nathan McGinley back?
No, he's not back training yet. So we're still waiting on his progress.